Hi, my name is Cheick, and I'm the founder of Maraboo. We power faster international transfers from Africa. Meet Alima. What? Oh, sorry. Oh. Alima lives in Francophone Africa, which is home to 50% of the continent's 1.5 billion population. Alima runs a business selling new and refurbished electronics, anything from computers, cell phones, to accessories. She sends up to $20,000 monthly to restock from multiple suppliers cross-border. But the problem is, every single payment takes a week to complete and incurs the highest fees worldwide. That's right. For every dollar that her supplier receives, it will have cost Alima, Wow, what is happening? Sorry about that. It will have cost Alima minimum of 10% to send. So let's walk through her payment process. It begins on day one when she will travel to her nearest central bank to apply for an FX authorization. To do so, she will have to provide a valid tax certificate, KYC documentation, and SLA agreement between herself and her supplier. On day two, her request is under review by the central bank. On day three, she gets approval, and she can move to complete her transfer by going to her nearest central bank, where she will be greeted by exorbitant fees and VAT tax. On day four, her transfer is en route. And on day five, her supplier finally gets paid. That's no way to grow a business. And guess what? There are over 50 million Alimas that are currently struggling with this very problem. They operate in a multitude of sectors, from healthcare to transportation, construction, textiles and apparel, and more. So over the last 2.5 years, we have been in stealth mode, and we built the only way for millions of African SMEs and families to send cross-border payments with minimal red tape, in minutes, and at a fraction of the cost. We're currently live in 40% of Francophone Africa. And what we've learned is that Maraboo is more than sending money from A to B. We're about putting time and money back into our customers' pockets, and enabling them to do more with less. Take Alima, for instance. Over the last 3 months, she has been sending up to 10% more each month. This shows that her revenue is growing, and as she's growing, so are we. Our revenue is up. In August, our GTV increased by over 223% month on month. More interestingly, we're only processing 20% of our current total monthly demand. And what's even crazier is that we would have been profitable since July had we had the capacity to fulfill our surplus demand. Our solution has the market potential to address a $400 billion TAM problem Africa-wide, $180 billion within Francophone Africa itself, and a day one obtainable market of $5.5 billion. We charge a 5% fee. Therefore, we estimate that our current solution can generate up to $275 million in annual revenue. We're the right team to make this happen. Why? I'm ex-Uber, ex-AGF. I have strong regional connections in banking, politics, and regulations, and I've assembled a world-class team of engineers that have experience in banking, fintech, and telcos. Moreover, we use our expertise to secure a groundbreaking FX waiver from the Central Bank of West African states. This waiver is not only first of its kind, it is irrevocable, and it is valid in 8 countries. Moreover, we've proved product market fit with only $200,000. So right now we're trying to accelerate our growth, and we are raising $1.5 million seed to reach $3 million in annual revenue. Here's the playbook on how we're going to do it. First, we need to streamline our customer onboarding and service. I personally spend up to 3 hours every day dealing with new customers or servicing their issues. Number 2, we need to boost platform capacity by increasing liquidity. This will allow us to not only capture our surplus demand that we currently have, but it will enable us to onboard more customers. Lastly, we need to onboard 4,000 customers, 25% of which are already on the waiting list. So we hope that you will join us in our mission to bring faster international transfers to millions of African SMEs and families. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation. Knowing nothing, I would think this is a very long-tail market in a bunch of different countries that are not this country. So how do you think about customer acquisition?
For customer acquisition, it's really simple. So like pretty much if you want to send out over $1,000, you are going to go through this week-long process that you've just seen and pay some of the highest fees, right? So we're going to acquire customers by going through chambers of commerces as well as immigration points and as well as schools for tuition.
Hey, so you live in this world of regulation and compliance. To operate your playbook, what licenses and compliant regulations that you're going to have to navigate to actually play
That's
this
a
out?
great question. So we're currently in 8 African countries in Canada. So we have an MSB license in Canada. There's a new license in Canada just came out called RPA that we've just applied for. And we secured a groundbreaking FX waiver from the Central Bank of West African States. And there's a second license over there called a PSP license that we're going to get that's going to allow us to have wallets and issue cards. Oh, USA, we need an MSB license, which is federal, and then we need money transmitter licenses in every state. So that process takes about a year and costs about $100,000. Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, can you speak a little bit more about your specific decision to focus on Francophone Africa and just your personal connection to being able to get that FX waiver?
Yeah, so I'm focusing on Francophone Africa. Well, firstly, because I'm from Burkina Faso, so it's my region. Secondly, Francophone Africa is a blue ocean that's ready for disruption. Every time you hear about African fintech startups, the major ones, Flutterwave, Chipper Cash, and so forth, it's Nigerian companies, South African companies, and so forth. So, like we think that it's a blue ocean that's ready to be disrupted.
Really good presentation. One thing I wanted to say, and it probably links to the point of the regulatory and compliance point, but noting that a lot of payment companies, particularly in Africa, are facing or can be hit by fraud. What are some of the things that Maraboo are doing to kind of prevent that? And obviously you speak about no red tape. How do you provide comfort in ensuring that, transactions go smoothly and are not affected by that fraudulent side of things?
Yeah, sorry, what was the first part of the question again, sorry?
You can still just link it to the fraud side of things, so how Maraboo are kind of preventing that fraud, like how you...
Oh, fraud, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So we have KYC ML procedures, as well as we actively monitor all of our transactions to see if any of our current users have been placed on an anti-money laundering or terrorism list. If they are, we pretty much suspend their service, but we take that very seriously, yes. And when it comes to the minimal red tape as well, we've dealt directly with the central bank, so we just report to them on that. So yeah, we have procedures that we just follow.
Any more questions? Well, in that case, let's give it up for Maraboo.
Thank you very much.